My name is Ashley and I am the owner of the Bougie Bouche. I've been making tumblers maybe for about a year now. Not even really that long because I had to take some time off. But yeah, I've never made a tutorial. I never really planned on making a tutorial. But I posted this cup online and had several people asking for one. So bear with me. This video will probably have tons of technical difficulties, one being that I can't speak very well. But yeah, so we're gonna jump right in. I'm using a 24-ounce plump from the Steel Magnolia, and I've already gone ahead and figured out my straight line. This image is going to be my background. I went ahead and printed it out on printable vinyl, which I got on Amazon. And yeah, let's get to it. All right, I'm going to just go ahead and cut a straight little line for myself. And peel that part off. This printable vinyl, this is the only printable vinyl I've ever used, let me say that. But it's not one that I would use transfer tape with. It's, I don't know, the transfer tape likes to take off the top and then this stuff happens. I think I cut it and then it just, I don't know. I'm probably going to switch one day, but right now this is all that I have. So again, bear with me. Yeah. All right. There's that. Cool. All right. Now I am going to go ahead and just kind of, can you even see this? Yeah. Kind of get a little bit sticky part shown. Not too much because I really don't want to mess it up. Yeah, there you go. This is the bottom, so it needs to go this way. And it's definitely not very straight, but that's okay because our seam will be covered by lots of things. I'm just matching up the bottom of the paper to the bottom of the cup and the top of the cup. And just gonna firmly, just kind of, not firmly, just in case I need to take it up, but I'm just gonna kind of wrap it around real quick before I take the backing off and see if anything is not matching up the way that I want it to. And it actually seems to match up pretty well, so I feel like I got it on there fairly straight. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take my tape off because that'll just get in the way later. And I'm gonna press that down so it doesn't move. And take my little squeegee thing that came with the transfer tape. And I'm just going to take this little piece that is the backing of the vinyl. And I'm just going to pull it out ever so slightly. And just keep pushing down on this paper or vinyl. It feels like paper, I'm sorry. And I'm not going to use the straight end of this because I really don't want to mess this up. And I have done that. So I'm going to use the fuzzy end. And I'm just going to start pushing down. This is a process, guys. You're doing a full wrap here. Oh my God, I can't tell you how many times I've messed these up. It is just part of it. You kind of have to find your own little groove. And once you do, you're pretty good to go. Just go slow, guys. There's no rush here. You know, I'm still doing good. I still write them at the edge. Just go slow. And up here, it really doesn't matter because you sand that part down anyway to get your little rim. So also, I sanded this cup. I washed this cup, but I did not paint this cup. I have tried it several times where I've spray painted and done a layer of epoxy and then tried to put the wrap on, and it just sticks to the epoxy layer like no other. And if you mess it up, it's really hard to move it. So I personally think that it's easier to just do it on a bare cup. So yeah, there's that. I am basically to the end now. You can see that there's a little overlap, which I am actually going to cut with the scissors right now. Now be very, very careful here because with this paper, vinyl, whatever, if the sticky backing of this touches the top of the other side, it will take part of your image off. And that is exactly why I can't use transfer tape with this specifically. I maybe if you sealed it or whatever, it wouldn't come off, but I don't know. I like to do things the hard way, apparently. Yeah, so we have a seam, but that's okay because that will be hidden by a bunch of layers that we're about to throw on here after we epoxy. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of clean this edge up a little. This is the bottom. I like to kind of push it down so I see where I'm working with. So I'm always terrified I'm gonna slice my pinky when I do this, but it is what it is, right? Just kind of go along. If I can see a little bit of the edge when you get to colored parts here, and I'm trying to keep this as straight as possible, but in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't always happen. But that's okay because I'm going to cover that up anyways with glitter for the bottom. But yeah, take it slow, guys. That's all I can really say. Just don't rush, or you will slice your finger or something. So the bottom is already done. Ta-da! I'm not centered, sorry. So yeah, there is your background. So now what I would suggest is I do spray paint it with clear sealer just to be safe. I don't want those colors to bleed. But don't oversaturate it, guys, because it does something weird when it's under epoxy and it looks like little shiny patches that kind of, not really iridescent, but they end up looking kind of iridescent. It's weird, but it's not overall, so it looks patchy and kind of bad. So I'm gonna pause it and I'm gonna go spray this, and then I will show you the glitter I used to do the epoxy and all that. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, we're back. So now I'm just kind of letting the spray paint dry a little, and I'm going to mix up some epoxy. I am using Alumilite Amazing Clear Cast. I would not suggest using Fast Set on this cup just because of the fact that it is a light color, especially being white. It yellows faster in the sun, you know, all these things. So that's where we're at. Alumilite Amazing Clear Cast. That's what I started with. That's just what I tend to enjoy. You really don't need much, but I am mixing glitter in with the epoxy. So I'm just going to do 15 milliliters. I can't talk, y'all. Y'all are making me nervous. 15 milliliters, and then I'm going to add in some glitter. So I like to pour B first because I think A is thicker and kind of like goes ahead and starts mixing with B instead of doing the reverse. I don't know. You'll find your own way, or you already have your own way. Again, guys, your biggest ally is patience when making cups. That's all I gotta say. If you rush it, it will mess up. It's just how it is. Normally I would be wearing a mask, I promise. I use this big old hunker right here, if you can even see that. But I don't really feel like yelling at you right now, so I'm doing something I shouldn't, and I'm a rebel. So we're just gonna mix this up and pray for the best. Shout out to Jessica Flynn from Flynn Sisters Boutique, because you got me into this. Your videos were great. Thank you, ma'am. And we're mixing still. I'll scrape that off. All right, so I am using Luxe from Peachy Olive Glitters. This is literally my favorite glitter to mix into epoxy. It just, there's tiny little silver flakes in there. There's holographic. It's gorgeous. I love this color. So I'm going to put quite a bit in there because I want you to see it. On the cup, I mean. I want you to see it in the video too, but on the cup. So that's a nice little chunk. Just mix it up. I hope y'all can see that color. Like, ugh, I love this. So now I'm gonna clean my brush off, or stir off for real. Yeah, and I just put alcohol on a coffee filter. Done. All right. All right, give me a minute. I'll be right back. And we're back. Okay. So here she is. And I like to just go in and just, as much as I can, scrape down these little bumps at the bottom. Get a glove. Like I said, normally I would be wearing my mask right now. I really hope you all do, because I've seen horror stories, guys. You are working with chemicals. You're inhaling chemicals. You do not want to touch these chemicals. I mean, I've seen rashes. I've seen swollen eyes. I've seen crazy things. Just protect yourself. That's all you can really do. Yeah. So I'm just going to heat the cup up with a heat gun, just so that the warmth when the epoxy hits it kind of helps it spread a little better. Okay, should be pretty good. Okay, so let's just get at it. Go ahead and just start spreading. God, I never really thought about my accent before, you guys, but it's predominant today. All right, don't forget the bottom. The heat actually just makes it spread so much easier, you guys. Okay, let's get going. God, this is so pretty. I typically use a faster spinner, but this is the only tabletop one that I have. So, spinner, turner, whatever. Y'all know what I mean, I hope. If you're a beginner, I'm probably not the best person to watch. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm technically a beginner, but I just don't know how to explain certain things to you guys, so I'm sorry. All right, I got a good little layer on there, but I'm gonna add some more. Okay. Now this part, once I've, got that nice base layer down and I just added more, I like to go through and just make sure everything's even. And this is a slow turner, so this is going to be a slow process. And I'm not really pushing down or anything, it's just kind of hovering at the surface, if that makes sense. Let's see if I can move my position a little so you can see what I'm working with here. It's just like a buildup of epoxy, and it's just moving along, hovering, just trying to even everything out. I mean, I think y'all can see that. It's just a buildup of epoxy, and we're just spreading it around. Now that I know that there's an even amount all over this cup, I'm just gonna get rid of those lines that were just made by doing that. Oh man, I love this song. Okay, so this looks pretty good. It looks like I ended up using about 12 milliliters of epoxy. Okay, so we've got our first coat on. Now we have to sit and let this dry for at least 8 to 12 hours. Again, this is not fast set, y'all. Do not use fast set on this cup. Yeah, so I'm gonna let this spin, and yeah, I guess I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye. Real quick before I sign off, I do pop bubbles with a torch. I just use my little kitchen torch right here. There we go. You do not want to leave your flame on epoxy for very long at all, because you can burn your epoxy. Okay. I held my breath through that entire thing, and that's probably stupid because I'm still breathing in fumes right now, but it is what it is. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay guys, we're back. So a couple of things that I forgot to tell you the other day were that once we did the layer of epoxy, I actually went in and added this glitter right here. I held my cup at a side and just kind of sprinkled, I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing, sprinkled it around and kind of let it fall just a little bit. But yes, the color that I used was Coachella by PDB Links. This was my first time using this color and it is gorgeous, so highly recommend that. So yeah, this is where we're at. I did the first layer of epoxy that you guys watched, and then I added this glitter, and then I did another coat just so that chunky wasn't sticking up. So now our next part is to add our gold foil flower. I've already cut it out. It's under transfer tape. It's ready to go. I cut as close as possible to the actual lines without cutting the vinyl because I want to be able to see where it's laying, because we have this seam here that we are attempting to cover up. So also I tend to like to print out my designs, and yeah, that way I can tell where things line up. So clearly this is the seam right here, and I can see on this side of the seam that this gold leaf comes over just a little bit. So I'm going to try and mimic that as much as possible just to save my own sanity. So when I put the transfer tape on this vinyl, I tried to mimic that a little bit. So I'm just going to try and lay this line directly on the seam, if you can see that. So like seam line. That's how I'm going to go about this. And I just pray it works on film, because I'm going to go ahead and attempt to start doing this, and we will go from there. So I want this to be right about here-ish. Let me see, this meets up here, and this guy needs to come over here a little bit more. Okay, so there we go. I've got my line centered. I think I like where it's laying. And I do. Everything's wrapped, looking good. All right, so now I'm gonna try and take all this off again. And this is where I'm going to take off the backing, if it will let me. So here we go. Wish me luck. I'm just gonna kind of roll it down. And now that it's all rolled on there, I'm just gonna come in and just make sure everything is pressed down firmly so that when I take off the transfer tape, it doesn't come with it. I have had that happen. I'm sure you guys have too. So let's get all these bubbles out. Okay, I think we're good. So I'm just gonna start pulling. All right, so this little piece decided that it wanted to stick up. And just gonna lay it down, push it down, and we are good. All right. And we have our Magnolia. Isn't she pretty, guys? I love when that works out the first try. Now, what I do is I do spray this with sealer, clear sealer. And after I do that, I'm probably gonna go over it with Quick Coat from CC DIY, Counterculture DIY. This just kind of, it's an adhesive. It makes it stick. It helps prevent the vinyl from lifting when you put your epoxy on. I don't think it's necessary to spray and do the sealer, but I would rather be safe than sorry. So, and like I said, this is going to someone. Someone has paid for this cup. So I want it to be perfect, or as perfect as possible. So I'm gonna go spray this real quick and we'll see you guys in a minute. Oh, and in case you're curious, I do use Rust-Oleum 2X Ultra Clear. Okay. All right, we're back. This is the tricky part, guys. Now, like I said, I do not use transfer tape with this printable vinyl. Anything that sticks to it will take the top layer of the image off, and it's no good to you. So this is the worst part. You know, I'm looking at my printout here. I see it's about that far away from that flower, that far away from that flower, this, you know, all this. So I'm thinking this is going to go about right here-ish. You can kind of tell through the backing of the vinyl. You can see what you're working with. I think that might be a little too close. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Okay, so what we're gonna do, hopefully this works. I'm just kind of peeling it back like I did the original one. I'm just gonna go ahead and, now guys, this is on epoxy. This is not your blank cup like I tried to tell y'all earlier. This sticks a lot. So if it lays down and it messes up, you are not going to get it off without just messing the whole thing up. So here we go again. I'm just slowly pulling back, making sure all these pieces become unstuck. Let me get my little handy dandy. There we go. Okay, pulling out. Okay, and we just start pushing down, guys. Again, patience, no rush. That's how you mess up. Yep. Oh, come on. Okay, come on. Okay, good. That didn't lay all the way down yet. All right, all right. Now, if something like this happens to you, it is not the end of the world, okay? So, a little part of mine ripped. That's okay, because I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the rest of that off now. And take my little X-Acto knife so that I have something holding this in place. And you can see, it kind of, well, no you can't because my hair was probably just in the way. It kind of ripped right here. So I've got to kind of smush that back where it needs to go. And, yeah. So now just make sure, do not scrape it with your fingernails. It'll take the ink off. Been there. Just firmly press it down. And I think it's too close, but too late now. So that means whatever text the customer decides to do, I'm just gonna put a little further over this way and it won't be bad at all. But yes, now I'm gonna go spray it again and I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. So my spray sealant is dry. Dry to the touch, we are good. I am going to put Quick Coat over it now. I showed you this earlier. It's the Counterculture DIY Quick Coat. Now you really don't need a lot of this, guys. I'm using one of the silicone brushes to do this, and we're just gonna kind of go in. A little goes a long way, okay? Just brush it on. Try not to leave any streaks. You can see streaks. They kind of look like, I don't know, raised bumps, like a crinkled full wrap vinyl under epoxy. That's what streaks look like when you don't notice them and then you epoxy it. So Again, just kind of making sure I don't see any lines, which of course there are. So we're just gonna, and this stuff dries really quickly, guys, so it's not like we're gonna have to wait forever till we can do our epoxy. Just wait a couple minutes, or you could even, you know, use your heat gun and blow dry it, and it'll dry faster, which is probably what I'm gonna end up doing. I don't really see any more streaks, but I mean, sealing it will also help not let the colors bleed, because these, I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I think these colors are gorgeous. I need to find another adjective other than gorgeous. Yes, next steps, blow dry or heat gun dry, whatever. Epoxy. Again, do not use fast set, please, and thank you. You do not want this cup to yellow faster than it's going to. So yes, epoxy, let dry for 8 to 12 hours. And tomorrow's Monday, so I will definitely see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, we are back. Happy Monday. So I have already sanded this cup. I did not do another coat since yesterday, but I did sand. I went ahead and did the rim. I use a Dremel for the rim. God, that makes things so easier. But I am going to show you a few little things. Like, we all know that glitter decides to go everywhere. It's just the nature of it. When you don't want glitter on a cup, it's on the cup. So I'm working on some other ones, and I got some, I don't know if you can see it, but I got some little blue specks and a red speck, and I don't want those there. So my little trick for that is these. I don't know, can you see those? Yeah. These are also what I use to draw the white part of the flowers on in the next few steps. Technical difficulty. Told ya. Okay. White. Obviously this cup's white. I want to use white. So what I'm going to do, it's a fine tip. Just going to go in and just dot. The red one's gone. Dot, 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 dot. Ta-da! No more dots. I mean, these things are lifesavers. Oh wait, here's a red. And not anymore. You don't want to just like splash it on there, because you don't really want it to be something that's noticeable. But now you don't see those pieces. And I love these pens. Oh my goodness, I love these pens. Here's another red one. And that red just decided to show up everywhere. What are you? You're just on top. Okay. I think I got you all. Yeah. Oh, nope, that blue one's peeking through again. Yeah. Yes. I love these. I love these things. Okay. So now we're all set with that. We're gonna let that dry for a minute. Just because I don't want it smearing or getting all over the place. But yeah. So our next step, guys, is the bigger version of this. So you saw how difficult this was last time. And now we got all these tiny little pieces that just decide to go their own way. And while it is a pain, it's also the beauty of this cup. So it is what it is, right? And then we are in the same time, kind of like we did this gold foil and this in the same layer. We're going to do that with the customer's chosen chaos coordinator for this one, because All Things was a business logo. So I like to do the hard part first. So all that being said, we want to cover up the seam like we did last time. So I like this guy to go right over it, and then this guy to go right over it, and you're all good to go. Oh, I'm so nervous right now. I don't know why I'm nervous. It's not like I haven't done this before, but doing it on camera is a different story. I don't know why I'm trying to play with that. Okay. Whew. Let's do this. All right. Okay. So now, these little yellow dots are not attached. Some things on here, like this leaf right here, are not attached. So we're gonna have to go in and place those manually. But it is what it is. Oh, come on. Okay. Okay. So, I want you there, which means I want you here-ish. All right, we got that part laid down. Ah. And now, like yesterday, just gonna do this little bit. This is nerve-wracking. Go slow, guys. Please go slow. Now, I did this with print and cut on the Cricut. I found this image on Etsy. I believe it was Watercolor Clip Art was the name of the shop. They have such beautiful things. I've bought more images than this from them, so yes. Okay. And I don't really want to place these down yet. I'm kind of just hoping that I can get the middle where it needs to be without ripping anything. And that way I can make sure that the bottom is going to line up with the middle, because we definitely want that seam covered. Get off of here, please. Thank you. And yes, I'm courteous. And I did this last time too. The same spot. But it's okay. Come on. Okay. It ripped. Still okay. Okay. I need you to come off now. Now guys, I want you to see how much work goes into these. So when it comes to pricing, take that into account. Do not undersell yourself. Okay, so now you can go right here. And then just going to lay you down. Thanks. Okay. Okay. And guess what? We don't need this guy here. Clearly, because he's going over. So we're going to cut him off. And now we're just going to press everything down firmly. I like to start in the middle and work my way out. Is my hair covering all this? Probably. Okay. Now I'm going to come in here. Try and lift this guy up a little. Again, go slow, guys. Now don't forget, we still have all those little dots we got to put back on here. And this guy has to come up, of course. So I didn't lay him flat. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right. And you know what I'm going to do with this, guys? Remember how yesterday I said that this was kind of off-centered? I'm just gonna put it there. Because why not? I don't know, guys. Maybe I could put it like here. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Here we go. And there we go, guys. Isn't she pretty? All right, now we have all this other stuff. Well, we don't need this. We don't have room for it. But this guy goes over here. He goes about right there. All right, now all these little dots. And it really doesn't matter where they go as long as they're on the same flower, honestly. Just kind of filling in some spots, just wherever you feel like it should go. Have a Bob Ross moment. Paint yourself some happy little flowers. It's your cup, you're the designer. Liberties, take them. And there we go. Make sure everything's firmly pressed down. Make sure you have clean hands. Okay, and all looks good to me. Whew, that was scary. That was scary. Maybe I could put that like, is that too much green? Is that asking for too much? I think it might be. Or do I like you there better? I might like you better. Huh. Again, liberties, take them. And there we go. Yeah, buddy. So, because I did that and put that there, that means that I'm going to wait to put this on until the next layer because I don't want this messing up with this little leaf here. So, I am again going to use, if I can find it, quick coat so that I'm going to spray it first, but quick coat so that nothing happens to those colors. I really don't want them to run. But yeah, I'm gonna go spray it real quick and I will be right back. Hey guys, we're back. So since yesterday, yesterday we added the flowers in this little leaf here, and I did a layer of just clear epoxy. We waited the 8 to 12 hours for it to dry. I've already sanded, you know, the rim, the bottom, things like that. Still haven't done the bottom. We're gonna do that today. But first I'm going to go ahead and put Chaos Coordinator on here because that's what the customer wants and I think it'll be super cute. So now we just got to make sure everything is going to fit because coordinator is a very long word. All right, let's see what we're working with measurement wise. So this is probably crooked. 4 1/4. 4 1/4. Interesting. Are we sure about that? I don't trust myself. Let's see. 4 1/4. 4 1/4. Well, 4 and a little. Okay, so you can go up some. That looks a little better. Let's see. 4 1/4. Ah! Hi, say hello to my cat. Abner, come on, buddy. Let's get down. Sorry. He knows he's not supposed to be up here. Let's see where we're at now. Sorry, I'm not fast, y'all. Patience. I keep preaching it. Patience. That looks pretty good to me. What do y'all think? We're going for it. Okay. If I can get the back off now. All right, I'm gonna do the R separately, I guess. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure this didn't move. 4 1/4. Yes, now I have to get the backing off of this. Don't let me forget the R, you guys, seriously. Now, all right, I see you. Don't even. Y'all. You know, this is turning out to be just one of those freaking days. Okay. Wish me luck, because here we go. Awesome. Oh, God. Woo! We did it. Oh, that was not fun. Okay. All right. Now the R. God. Woo! Okay. Woo, we're good. Woo, that was scary. All right. So we're going to put you right about there. Yeah. Again, I apologize for my nails. I got spray paint all over them today. Okay. Yay, guys, check it out. Chaos Coordinator. That looks so cute. Oh, I like that. All right. So, before I spray this, I'm actually going to work on the bottom because then I can seal it all at once. So, isn't it pretty? Yeah. What I do is I like the bottom to pop a little. So I'm going to do the bottom in gold glitter. But to do that, I got to tape off this stuff because we don't want to hurt our design. Okay, now push everything down because we are going to spray paint this. I like to use gold just to accent the vinyl. So I am going to spray paint it a metallic gold. I have also done it with Mod Podge and gold acrylic paint. I think this is just easier and has more coverage. But that's just me. I mean, the Mod Podge and paint worked out perfectly fine. So if that's your go-to, by all means, you can do this any way you want. Okay. And now I have some parchment paper so that our cup does not get spray painted gold, because wouldn't that be the freaking defeat of the day? All of this work and then you accidentally spray paint it gold. And okay, come on. Now, when you're placing this, place it down below the original line because you don't want to mess up your spray paint line. Okay. And then I like to just do like a little, hey, here's where you pull tab because it makes things easier. All right, so I'm going to go spray paint just the bottom of this gold and we'll be right back. And we're back. I've spray painted gold. And now I'm just going to take the top layer of tape off, which will release your parchment paper. So I still have my tape on because now I am going to Mod Podge and pour glitter. It's Cleopatra from Peachy Olive Glitters. Love this color. A little cup. You really don't need a lot. I always end up wasting, but It is what it is. Thanks. Okay. Now, I just want to wait a minute to make sure that this is, oh yeah, we're pretty good. All right. It's dry to the touch, so I'm going for it. Gotta take a little paintbrush, nothing crazy. Just gonna paint, paint, paint. Try and get rid of some of the lines that's happening, but it's not that important, in my opinion. I just sprinkle it on. Well, I'm glad I noticed that when I did, because it had stopped recording, but I've already added my glitter. I've taken the tape off, so you've got this nice clean edge now and your beautiful Cleopatra glitter at the bottom. So now we need to wait for the Mod Podge to dry, and then I'm probably not going to epoxy on camera again because that just makes this video longer, and I've already shown you how I do that. But what I'm going to do is, once this is dry, I'm going to basically clear spray, clear sealant, you know what I'm saying, the Rust-Oleum 2X clear gloss spray, the entire thing. And then I am probably going to use quick coat just because I'd rather be safe than sorry, and I don't want this gold glitter coming up into the actual design. So yeah, I'm going to seal the crap out of this baby and then do another coat of epoxy. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hey guys, we're back. So where we last left off, I epoxied, actually epoxied twice, and I've sanded since then. So yeah, there's 2 new coats of epoxies on here since we last left off. Now we are going to add my logo to the bottom because my wonderful customer requested it, and it was super sweet. And then we are going to add the white lines to our flowers. So my logo, I just cut out with white vinyl and just stick it to the bottom, and then we're good to go. So yeah, I do obviously it's going to be small letters, so we're going to do reverse weeding on this one because that's just going to make everything so much easier. Still takes some time though, unfortunately, but I don't want to pay for logo stickers because I like to be able to pick whatever color I want, and those stickers can get pretty expensive from what I've seen. So oh, I need my B. Okay, so we got my little logo. The seam is here, so I'm gonna say that that's the back, and I'm just gonna eyeball it and hope it works. And there we go. I can never center it properly. It is what it is. So, all right. Now, mine has several words, and I don't want to just try and pull the whole thing up. So I make little slits between the words so that it's easier and I won't mess something up or pull up a letter accidentally, or if I do, it'll be easy to find. You know, all those things. I take my pen. I love this pen. It's a weeding pen. I got it on Amazon. It just works beautifully for me, especially doing this guy. So, I mean, my logo has a squiggly line. It's got, I mean, little loop-de-loops, all those things. This is probably very boring for y'all, but for those of you who haven't seen reverse weeding, it is a lifesaver. So I figured I'd show you. Now, I always start in the same place. I know, I'm methodical and weird. So I start with the word not. for not dishwasher safe. There we go. There's my knot. Ta-da! Can y'all even see? No? Okay. See how much easier that is, you guys? I guess I should probably pull this up a little. Yeah, so much easier. And now I have a logo, and we are good with that. Now, I need, let's try not to throw them all over the place this time. Again, I'm using these acrylic paint pens. I got them on Amazon. I pretty much get everything on Amazon. Yeah, it's easy. Okay, make sure we got it. Okay. Again, it's a fine tip pen. Now, the image that I found, let's see if you can see this. The image that I found has these little yellow lines, which I guess are supposed to be gold, but I don't know. So I really just trace this gold line. It's already there for me. Why not? But I only do it on the flowers. I kind of leave the leaves alone so that you can, it doesn't overpower it. Let's just say that. So let's just jump right in. I did not, when I sanded this layer, I literally only sanded the top and the bottom because I am using paint. If I mess up, I want to just be able to wipe it off and it not get stuck in those sanding crevices. I learned that the hard way, so yeah. I would do this on a smooth, unsanded part. Long story short. So now I'm just going to start going to town. Can y'all see? Okay. Oh, where do I want to start? I guess just right here. I'm just tracing, guys. It's, thank goodness this image came with it. But I have done several where it's not on the image and you just kind of freehand it, and you're the designer, so it really doesn't matter. It does dry pretty fast, but try and be mindful of where you're putting your hands. Now remember when we were laying this, there was that little piece right here that I said ripped. Guess what? The part that ripped was the line, so it doesn't matter. You're drawing over it anyway. Now I'm just gonna come in and just add some little dots. This changes every time, guys. It really does not matter where you put it. Just wherever you're feeling deserves some dots. Why not? Looks good to me. All right. So like I said, all we do are just those flowers. I don't want to take all these yellow lines from the leaves and overpower it, and just, it doesn't need it, in my opinion. You're more than welcome to do it to yours if that's how you feel. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So that's all we do today. We're going to spray it with clear sealant, and then again, I will use quick coat like I always do. And then, yeah, then we do epoxy. And that's it. I mean, there was really no more steps except epoxying, however many layers it tends to take you. Yeah. So, Boo Boo is all done with this cup for the most part. I will come and show you the final piece once everything's done. And yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you with the final product. Bye, guys. Okay, guys, here she is. She's just about ready. One more day to cure, and then she goes home to her new family. Love her. She's gorgeous. Got a little logo on the bottom. She looks beautiful. Y'all can see that. All right, guys. Well, I hope that this was informative for you. I hope I wasn't too boring. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoy this one, and I hope to see beautiful things come out of all of you. Let me know if you have any questions I can help you with, and yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.